Okay. Hi, hi everybody. I'm back. It's still Friday, March 15th. And I got home from work, got all my stuff done, got a fire going because it's kind of damp and chilly here. And I just kept being pulled to do a reading, but I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do a reading on. What am I going to do a reading on? So I just came in, I got everything ready. Hopefully have the camera in a little bit better of a spot than I had it when I did this morning's readings, where you kept seeing my shoulder go in front of the camera. I'm so sorry about my foibles. Anyway, welcome in if you're new, and welcome back for those of you who have been here before. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. So as I was sitting here meditating and asking, what do you want me to read on? And they said, love. And I said, love. I don't do romance readings. I don't like to predict anybody's romantic life. I don't like doing that. And they said, no, we want you to do a reading about love in general. There's all types of love. And I said, well, how's that going to work? And they said, don't worry about it. Okay, so I really love this, what I call the Red Dragon deck, the King Arthur deck, the Avalon, whatever, those times. I love the size, the feel, I love the cards, I love the imagery. I never thought that I would find another deck that I like as much as I like my Tarot Royale, but this one is definitely one that I love. So we are going to find out what the guides have to say about love together, because I do not know what is going to come out. Okay, they want me to do 5 and 5. I think I did a reading before with 5 and 5. That's not typically what I do, but that's okay. I will do what they ask me to do. So let's see what we need to know about love. Romantic love, there's family love, there's mother and child love, there's father and child love, there's parental love, there's friend love. And one thing that they did bring up as I was meditating was that we throw the word love around a lot, and do we really understand what that means? You know, a lot of people just go, love you, not to somebody that they particularly love, but just, I'm trying to give you what they're giving me. That they want us to understand, A, that love is a very important emotion. B, love is a very important frequency. And C, there are different levels of love or types of love. Okay, wow. That is something I haven't really thought about, to be honest with you. Okay, well, that's interesting. Different types, different levels. And it's a very important frequency. Yes, I'm always getting the message that love is the key, love is the key. A lot of times I end my gratitude journal at night saying love is the key, or writing it, not saying it, because that's what I'm given. Okay, were those? No. Okay. I'm really sorry, guys, about all the shuffling that happens, but the last time I was doing a reading and I was trying to say hurry up, they really got irritated with me for telling them to hurry up. They're like, you got to trust us. If you want us to bring forward the message we have, you have to trust that we're going to bring forth the cards that are needed. So if you have to fast forward through the shuffling, go for it. All right, you said you wanted 5 cards to begin. So let's see. Let's get those 5 cards out there. Hopefully this is recording. I'm doing the same thing I did this morning, where I can't see the screen on my iPad. All I can see is the blank back of it. The only thing I did was move the camera to the other side. I put it on the tripod different. So I hope I can figure this out, you guys. Oh. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 4. That's so funny how some of them are face down and that one is face up. One more card, please, from this beautiful, beautiful deck that my good friend gifted me, and I love it so much. Okay. All right, let me see. I'm not going to look, but I'm going to feel. Okay, tell me what you want me to do with these, because this is 6 cards, not 5. And you said 5. Okay, set this card aside. All right. All right, let me just set them up here, and then we'll see what we have. Okay. All right, and then one that they said set aside, which is the Wild Herdsman, the horned one, which is, I believe, is this the devil? Oh my goodness. I might have to get the book. I think it is. Let me pause this for a second so I can figure that out. Okay, yes, that is the devil. Okay, so setting aside the devil. That sounds good, doesn't it? Setting aside the devil. Okay, first card, Hanged Man. Enchantment of Dyfed. Okay, so if you watched my other video, I'm trying to figure out where I can hold it. Oh yeah, this works better. So I said that when I researched these cards, which have a Welsh background, this person in here, which I can't remember who it is, he gets enchanted by this beautiful bowl, and he grabs onto it, and he's stuck hanging there. Okay, so the Hanging Man is typically seeing things from a different perspective or accepting yourself as you are. In this deck, because of the story behind it, it's like not getting enchanted or entrapped with sparkly things that are attracting you. Like you have to see through it, okay? So that's that. And then the Sun. The Sun, which is, well, I always think of it as representing Leo because the Sun is Leo, but it's not really. The Sun is number 19. That's a 10, so that's completion and new beginnings. These numbers are also weird looking, and I don't have all the numbers of the cards memorized, trust me. What a gorgeous card. So the Sun is accepting everything as it is, even if it isn't perfect. Okay, things are really coming to me as we're going through these cards. And then the Knight of Cups, which is true romance. The Knight of Cups is true romance. So this knight is ready for romance, and cups are water signs, emotion, emotional, romantic love, right? The Knight of Wands. That's romantic love. This would be lusty love. Action and passion. So this Knight of Wands would be lust. Okay. Wow, I can't believe how this is turning out. Sorry, I have to keep looking to see if you can see the card. And then the Fool. Oh, Lord. Okay, the Fool. The Fool typically means a new journey, but we'll have to see how this plays out because this is a reading about different types of love. So we'll have to see what the cards mean, as far as, because we're reading about love. Okay. All right. And then we have set the devil aside, and we'll have to see what Spirit tells us to do about that. Okay. So the first one, the Hanged Man or the Hanging Man, accepting yourself as you are. So I would say that card, yes, means self-love. Loving yourself, accepting yourself. So self-love, there is a type of love right there. Self-love. We need to love ourselves. And then the Sun, that is beautiful, glorious, accepting things as they are. Now, what I'm going to say, what they're giving me about the Sun card is long-term relationship, okay? The Sun is long-term relationship. Now, people that have been in long-term relationships, we know that that involves compromise. My husband and I have been together for 14 years. Actually, yeah, March 5th was the 14-year anniversary of our first date. We've been married for 13. We got married in 2011. So however many years that is. I think we had our 13th anniversary last November. We got married 11/11/11 at 11 a.m. in a pub dressed in medieval clothing. It was so fun. We only had 20 people there, and it was awesome. So the Sun here is long-term relationship, accepting your partner, the one that you love, as they are, and, you know, warts and all. We see each other. You know, I'm not trying to be crude, but like, my husband is the first man in my entire life that I felt like I could just walk around naked and not be worried about what he was going to think of me. And I'm not trying to be crude. I'm giving you an example of, and the same for him. You know, we each have our own things about ourselves that we don't like or that aren't necessarily, but we're content with each other, you know? I mean, I don't look like whoever he thinks is the perfect woman. I guess Scarlett Johansson, I think she's perfect too. And he doesn't look like Jason Momoa, but that's okay. You know, we love each other and we're content with that. So we're content with what we have. Okay. The Knight of Cups. This they're giving me is young love. So young love. Okay. Knight of Cups is young love. So this is, even when you're a teenager and you're infatuated with somebody and you're just, oh, I want him to be, it's Romeo and Juliet. It's, oh my gosh, you know, how it feels when you first discover those feelings of love for another person. Okay, so that's what that Knight of Cups represents. The Knight of Wands is, well, when you get a little bit older and you know a little bit more, this is lusty, passionate love. That you probably would have with a Scorpio. I don't want to go too far into that, but yeah, so lusty, passionate love. And then the Fool is, I'm hearing, I'm hearing, don't be a fool for love. Going where fools rush in. I can't think of what that goes with. So there is a type of love that is a foolish love. And that is when we don't see what's right in front of us. So sometimes, or we're staying in a relationship that we're fooling ourselves when we know that it isn't really love, but we're staying in it anyway. And that has something to do with this Devil card, this setting things aside card, or setting the devil aside card. Wow, I just can't believe how Spirit pulls this together. Okay, so if you're in one of those where you know it isn't love, but either you're pretending or the other person is pretending, okay, devil energy, right? We need to set that aside and move on to pure love, love that we know will support us and sustain us. Okay, all right, guides, where do you want me to go? Okay, they want me to pull another row, but this goes with that. So we're only going to need, this is just, I don't want to say this word crazy, but just how this, I just sit down and they just tell me what to do, and how it just comes out like that is just, I'm so blessed. I'm so lucky. So we don't have any loves. I guess this is love between two people, right? It's loving yourself, but then it's long-term relationship, brand new love, passionate, lusty love, and love that is potentially hazardous to your health, hazardous to your soul, I guess. So we don't have the other types of love in here yet, but let's see. Okay, Spirit, let's have some more cards for the next row, please. What is, okay, I'm going to leave it. That one goes with the Hanging Man, okay. What do we have that goes with the Sun, please? What's the card that goes with the Sun? Oh, this deck just feels so good. I love it. I love it. What's the card that goes with, I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm not sure where the microphone might be on the other side of this thing. Oh gosh. I really need to get a better setup. I really, really do. What's the card that goes with the sun, please? Hopefully, because I have a deep, loud voice, you can hear me no matter where the microphone is positioned. That's what I'm hoping anyway. What is the card that goes with the sun? That long-term love, that long-term partnership that you have with somebody. What's the card that goes with that? Please. Spirits, guides, angels, everybody, my team, my wonderful team. Oh, jeepers creepers. Okay. And what is the card that goes with that Knight of Cups, that brand new young teenage love? What's the card that goes with that one, please? And I just don't know why I'm doing it. Like, hopefully as we go through this, I'll figure out, like, why they wanted me to do this reading. You know, about types of love. I don't know. Love is the key, they're saying. Love is the key. Love is the key. Okay, I understand. They say, yeah, well, maybe you do, but we need to get this message out. And I think I said, they do say this a lot, guys. I believe I've said it in many, many readings. Okay, what is the card that goes with the Knight of Cups? Teenage love, or young love, or first love. That very first innocent love. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, the first four types of love. Of course, if you're in a love that is not real, then yes, that's not healthy. But teenage love, what is the next card, please? Teenage love, what is the next card, please? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we need one for the lusty love. What is the card for the lusty love? That Knight of Wands, lusty love. What I said was Scorpio. Well, every sign is ruled by different body parts. Scorpio is ruled by the genitals. So that could be a reason why they are very excellent lovers. Physically. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say stuff like that. Oh my gosh, I don't want to turn you guys off at all. That's not... I know I'm a Sagittarius and I'm ruled by the hips. And I can't remember a lot of the other ones. I just remember those certain ones. Okay. All right. Wow. All right. Now we're going to get into it, right? Okay. So we already have... God, will you stay there? Okay. Interesting. Interesting. All right. So the first one, the moon. So from the Hanged Man or Hanging Man, which is seeing things in a different perspective, loving yourself, accepting yourself, self-love, we have the moon. Whoops. The moon, number 13. The moon. Okay. I love this card. It's a beautiful card. It's owl. We had owl in my reading this morning too. That might mean something to some of you. Okay. If it does, please drop me a comment and let me know. So how does the moon tie into loving and accepting ourselves? Moon is our shadow side. And I've talked about this before. Spirit has given me this message before, where we have to accept our shadow side, accept those things about ourselves that we don't like. So that goes right along with that, right? The moon, there is a full moon coming up on the 25th. So be mindful of that. And maybe do a full moon ritual about loving yourself. You take some time aside to be in that full moon to do some meditation and to love yourself, right? Tell yourself beautiful, loving things. I am beautiful. My eyes are beautiful. My hair is beautiful. I have no shortage of telling myself my hair is beautiful because I always say that my hair is my best asset. I love my hair. I was blessed with very beautiful hair. Oh my goodness. You guys are going to think I'm nuts. This is a very joyful reading. It's kind of amping up. Like the love feeling and the feeling of this whole reading makes me feel good. Okay. We'll go over it again. All right, so the sun, that was that long-term couples together, like being happy, even though things may not be exactly the way you want. And then we have the Eight of Cups. So this also has a full moon in it. So this Eight of Cups is somebody walking away from an emotionally difficult situation. So what Spirit is giving me is that is you walking away from an argument you don't need to have with your long-term significant other. Okay, and in relationships, you do have to pick your battles, right? Is it worth it for me to, get mad at my husband and get into an argument because he didn't put his clothes in the dirty clothes basket? Probably not. Does that mean a lot in the long-term scheme of things and in our love story? No, it doesn't. So a lot of times I have to bite my tongue because I like things orderly and neat, and I like my lists, and I like things checked off. I like things in their place. That's just how I am. So sometimes I do get annoyed about certain things, like dirty clothes being left where they shouldn't be. But is that worth arguing about? No. So I need to walk away from that type of thing, okay? It's not worth it. So a trick that I use when I get into kind of some of those things where, what's another example? He doesn't like to put his tools away. So I walk in the basement every day. I go down there, and as I'm walking around in my figure 8 infinity symbol, walking around and around on these rubber mats that are on our concrete floor, I see things that I'm like, why didn't he put that away? I start letting it get to me. And then I'm like, well, he was down here doing this for a project or that for a project. You probably think I'm a terrible bee, but I'm not. It's just inside of me is a natural born organizer. So it's hard for me to see things that aren't in their place. Okay. I'm not doing it. I can't help to notice those things. It just happens. So anyway, with your son, your love of your life, the person you've decided to spend your time with, don't pick arguments that don't have anything to do with the outcome of your love story, okay? Or it might end. Like if somebody feels like totally nitpicked, they're probably going to be looking for love in some other place. Okay, so we need to rein that in. Thank you, Spirit. Oh my gosh. This is a good reminder for me as well. Like, don't let those little things, don't sweat the small stuff I'm hearing. Okay? All right, so what about the Knight of Cups with this brand new, like, teenage love type thing? What did we get for that? We got the Four of Wands, stability. And the messages are coming in so fast and hard. So what I'm hearing is, okay, parents of girls, if you give them the stability of your parental love, they won't be looking for love in the wrong places. They won't feel like they have to be swept off their feet by the first man that comes along, okay? Parents of boys, okay, same thing. They need to feel secure in their boyhood or girlhood so that they don't make mistakes. Like, we don't want our sons getting a girlfriend based on social norms of being a stick figure that looks like Barbie and not thinking about what is her heart like. Okay. Wow. I can't believe where this reading is going. This is so fantastic and unbelievable to me. We want our boys to understand that what's in a person's heart is the most important thing. What is their heart like? What is their soul like? Okay, not what is on them for clothing or makeup or hair dye, right? We want them to appreciate a person for themselves. Okay? And the girls really need to have a secure feeling about themselves so that they don't just fall for the first night that comes along with his cup, right? So we want our young people to love themselves, right? Love themselves, and we want them to get to that secure long-term relationship, but it's not going to happen if they don't have a good foundation. So please think about this, people. If you have, young, I would say, these values and this security and this self-esteem starts when they're a baby, right? They need to feel loved all through their life. They need to feel the stability of their parents' love. And one thing I'm going to say, which is a little off the subject, but Spirit has given it to me. When I was going through a divorce with my son's father, he did not know half of the stuff that was going on between his father and I as far as court and all of the things. He didn't know that until he was around 18 or 19, and he asked me about it. And I told him, I said, if you really want to know, I've saved all the court papers in my journals and everything. And then, he said, wow, I had no idea that this was going on. And why did I do that? Because I knew that he needed to feel the love and have the love of both of his parents, and there was no way that I was going to put down his father. That's his father forever. So now I can't say that their relationship has been 100% wonderful all through the years, but I know that I did the right thing by not bad-mouthing his father and by letting him have that relationship, okay? So giving our kids stability will help them to navigate those first romantic feelings. And also, letting your kids feel like they can talk to you about anything without being judged and that you'll still love them. So many kids can't talk to their parents because they're afraid of being judged, or they're afraid that their parents are going to get mad, right? I was a very laid-back parent, I can tell you that right now. But both of my kids always felt like they could talk to me about anything, or at least I think they did. I'm pretty sure they did. So we need to give them a good foundation. Okay, on to the next. So then we have the Knight of Wands. This is passion. This is, oh shoot, I have an alarm going off on my phone, sorry. So this is passion, lusty. I don't know if we could really call it love. Some people think it's love. Sometimes when you have that really deep physical sexual connection with somebody, you mistake that for love when it's really lust. And, a healthy, good sexual relationship is fine, but don't mistake it for love. So what did we get? The Eight of Swords. Trapping yourself. And Spirit gives me right away, as soon as I put up the card, they tell me, okay, so you're trapping yourself into thinking that you can't have a good relationship unless it's an A+++ sexual relationship. So if you had a super sexy sexual relationship with somebody and it didn't pan out for the long-term sun, and you're looking and you date around and you don't have that same thing, you're trapping yourself into thinking. Now, sex is important, don't get me wrong. I can't believe what I'm talking about here. I hope I don't get this video doesn't get dinged. You're trapping yourself and blindfolding yourself and putting yourself behind these swords by comparing, okay? So, and the other thing they're giving me is you don't have to feel guilty about it. Oh my gosh. All right, now I'm a one-man woman. I've had several relationships in my life, but, passion is a frequency that makes us feel good, and it puts out good energy into the universe. But don't box yourself in by thinking that you can't have a good, stable, long-term relationship if it isn't the over-the-top sex, okay? Oh my gosh. Remember, this isn't me, Lisa, talking. I'm telling you what my guides are telling me to say. I have no idea why I'm doing this. Obviously, somebody out there needs to hear this. I don't know. And then we had the Fool with the Devil energy. So we remember what that's about. If you're in a relationship that isn't real love, you need to you need to make plans to get out of that. Love, you can't live a love lie is what they're giving me. You can't live a love lie. Your soul will absolutely be drowning, because, if that's happening. Wow. Okay. That was pretty deep. Hanged man, the accepting yourself as you are, seeing things in a different perspective, the moon, accepting your shadow side, loving yourself, talking to yourself in a loving way, the sun, that long-term relationship, knowing when not to argue or get into something, just be in that moment of love. When you feel like an argument is coming on, think, count to 8. That's an 8 of cups. Instead of count to 10, we'll say count to 8. Everybody can do that. While you're counting to 8, think about whether or not it's worth arguing about that thing. And if it isn't, then just send love and think about all the loving things you have for your partner. Knight of Cups, that young romantic love, we already talked about those. All of our kids need stability, so they make good choices about love. There's enough divorce in the world. Hopefully we won't need a lot of that. But anyway, Knight of Wands, that passionate love, that lustful love is the 8 of Swords, not trapping yourself into thinking that you have to have a lusty, passionate sexual relationship for 20 years. Okay? Because if that's your goal, it may be a little difficult. And then the Fool, and getting away from that kind of, love that is not true, love that is not real, love that is a lie, love that you're lying to yourself about, love that you're lying to your partner about. Stop, that, okay? All right, spirits and guides. Do you have something else that you want me to go to? Okay. Magical Times Empowerment cards. Empowerment. Guys, I hope this hasn't turned anybody off. I get so nervous when I'm doing something like this, and I'm just going along, going with the flow and trying to channel what they give me. And it's I don't want people to unsubscribe because of a reading that I do. I love you all, and I'm happy. Right now, I think I have 333 subscribers, so I love that. Next goal will be 444, right? So adding 111, 111. Okay. Any other cards from this deck, please? For our love reading. Okay, how is that? Is that enough? That's 3. Is that good? Let me see. Let me feel it out. Yes. No. No. Yes. Yes, no, no, yes. Okay, let's see what we have. Oh, pilgrimage. You are on a journey to your own greatness. Your soul is longing to find the way. Only you can choose your path, and that is true. Love, especially when it comes to love is so personal, right? Some people have marriages that some of us don't understand. We're like, why are they together? Or they don't seem like they get along, or et cetera, et cetera. But we're all walking our own path. Some people have a very overt, public relationship. Others are very stoic in public, but that's okay. If you're happy and your partner's happy, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what other people think. You're on your own journey. You're walking your own path. Partnership. I love it. Partnership. It's a butterfly and a bunch of flowers and a crystal kind of thing. Learn to grow with others. Overcome obstacles by working together. Touch each other's hearts while life lasts. Oh, okay. So learn to grow with your partner. Maybe your love evolves and changes as you're going along, right? I love it. Adversity. And this is a, there's another full moon here. So there's 3 full moons in this reading. All right. So, oh, no, that's the sun. See the gifts in challenge. Oh, we talked about this morning. One can be taught within the calm, but the greatest lessons are learned from the storms, right? When we're in something that we don't want, we learn that we don't want that. That's what dating is for. We learn that we don't want that. We learn what we do want, right? So sometimes we do have to go through adversity. And funny, the placement of this is right by that 8 of Swords and that devil fool side. Okay? So don't beat yourself up about things. If something doesn't work out, it's okay. You know, it's okay. There'll be something else that will come along. There's somebody out there for everybody. I appreciate every relationship I've ever had, and that is the truth. Those that worked and those that didn't. I learned something from every relationship I ever had. Okay? Okay. All right. This is The Starry Beginnings by Cassie White. I forgot. The Magical Times Empowerment is by Jody Bergsma. I like to give shout outs to my favorite decks. And this is The Starry Beginnings Oracle by Cassie White. Another one of my favorites. Thank you, guides. Thank you for leading us down this path of the types of love. This has been a very interesting read, for at least from my end it has. I'm very thankful. Thank you. Thank you for your guidance, for your wisdom, for your knowledge, and for pointing these things out for us. I appreciate it. What do we need for our love reading from this deck, please? What do we need for this love reading? Anything else? Whoops. Anything else from this deck, please? Oh. That's it. Okay, let's see what we have. 34, which is a 7, which is reflection. Let love be your guide. Live a life from love and guided by love. Remember how in the beginning they said love is the key, love is the key? Okay. Let love be your guide. Live a life from love and guided by love. 14, which is a 5. 7, reflection, 5, change. Stay strong. Be a guiding light. Ground yourself and be love. Spirit, oh, you're so good to us. You're so good to me. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing with this. Hopefully you can see that, because I've gone to the trouble of having the camera so you can read the cards. Oh, I always end with an animal oracle, so I'm gonna do that. Wow, love, love, love. Wow, oh my gosh, pilgrimage, your own path, partnership, learning to grow with your partner, adversity, seeing the gifts in maybe those relationships that don't work out. Take what you can as a lesson. No regrets, right? No regrets. Regretting things just doesn't help you grow. Oh my gosh. Swan has come out like 4 times in, I don't know, the last week. So somebody is needing that grace. Okay, sometimes when we need to get out of a relationship, we need to try to do it gracefully, with grace and ease, and not being mean and mean-spirited and saying mean things to the person. We just go, thank you for our time together. I'm making it sound so easy. No, thank you for our time together, and I've learned a lot, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Why am I saying that? Oh, Lisa, stop. Unless they're making me say it. Okay, let me see. There are ways to get out of a relationship without having to hurt the other person. It just takes planning, they're telling me. It just takes planning. So somebody out there must need to hear this that's not in a good place relationship-wise. Okay, what are the 3 animals that came out for us? Swan, Grace. You who glides across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. So when you're in a long-term relationship, we need to remind ourselves of the beauty of that relationship, right? Sometimes we forget and we just get into a routine and we don't even appreciate our love, our lover, our partner, our husband, our wife, our soulmate. We need to remember that. Lynx, keeper of secrets. Oh boy. Take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. Oh my God. Okay. So what they gave me while I was reading that, we've all been around those people who tell us too much about their personal life, right? Who tell us too much about their sex life, it's like when you're in a long-term relationship with someone, it's sacred, okay? So saying too much about it would not be good, okay? When you're in the lusty one, that's kind of fun to talk about. But when you need to be the secret keeper and keep it to yourself, please do that, they're saying. All right. B, community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. Abundant love. Abundant love, right? Okay. All right, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this reading about the different types of love as much as I have enjoyed doing it for you. All right. You know my thing. Peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.